Hey everyone, I'm going to talk to you guys about a movie that I wouldn't necessarily say is a classic, but I would definitely say is a very memorable movie. This movie tends to get quoted a lot, and there's a lot of things that we all tend to do and say. And that movie is The Karate Kid. Right now, The Karate Kid is one of the free movies that you can watch on Vudu. And I believe they might even have like 1, 2, and 3. So we thought it'd be fun to watch some of the original Karate Kids with their kids, and then watch the remake that was done, I think, with Jaden Smith around 2010, I believe, and share that. But the Karate Kid's a film that, and we all remember, and it's a great way to talk about the culture. I mean, the 80s. If you look at the what they're wearing and their clothes, it totally reads 80s. But we all, I mean, I don't know how many people in this room hasn't ever quoted wax on, wax off, or try doing the crane kick, or the chopsticks with the fly scene. There's lots of scenes in that movie that I think we all remember and sometimes quote or goof off about. And so that's a great film to watch as a family, that has, talks about bullying and treating other people and how to stand up for other people and make good friends and those kinds of things. It does have a little bit of swearing and stuff like that, so beware of that. But another thing that you can look at when you're watching that movie is the locations, as I have a kid sneaking in my room right now. Nope, they're closing the door. All right, is the locations in that room. Locations is another role that's on a film set, and their job is to find the locations. There's a lot of other things that a locations person does, right? They have to scout for the locations. They have a lot of paperwork and insurance. They're the kind of go-between with whoever owns the property and the company that's filming, and having to make sure that both parties are having what they need. A lot of film schedules are based on the locations. As many of you know, movies aren't filmed in order, and how do you come up with the schedule of when to shoot what? Honestly, a lot of that depends on the locations that you get. So as you're watching Karate Kid, I want you to kind of pay attention to the locations. Where did they find? How does the location add to the story? When you're filming in the back of Mr. Miyagi's house, what does that say about Mr. Miyagi, about his atmosphere inside his home, his backyard, those kinds of things? What about the karate studio, or where the boy and his mom live, or the school, or the area that he's caught bullying in? I mean, the locations add a lot to the story as well, and adds a lot to the characters. It helps influence different things. I mean, if the boy and the mom moved into some big, huge home, like mansion, the entire story would be an entirely different story than it would moving into something a lot smaller and low-key. So this movie, I want you to it's fun to pay attention to the 80s clothes and talk to your kids about the 80s and what you remember if you were raised in the 80s or, grew up in the 80s and things like that. But also, I want you to kind of pay attention to the locations and the differences that those make. So go on to Vudu. I think it's one of the movies only available till the end of the month. So do it sooner than later and go watch The Karate Kid, and then go to Netflix and watch the remake of The Karate, and you guys can do a lovely compare and contrast about what things you like and what things you don't. And then after I watch them, I will make a video of the things that I notice that I like and that I don't, and I'll do a review for you guys. So hopefully you guys are hanging in there. Hopefully you're looking forward to this weekend, if you can even keep track when it's the weekend. But now you have a whole weekend to watch these movies and do that. So see ya.